Welcome back, everybody, to Pro Tools 10 lessons for the absolute newbie on the Windows platform. And we've gone through a few lessons now where we've created a few tracks, a few empty tracks. We've imported a sound file, which you can download from the links below. We've played back a little bit. We've created various different types of tracks, a mono track, stereo track, master track. And we've learned how to move clips around a little bit. So let's continue on. And you'll find that if you're working with a band or recording yourself, you may need a click track. They come in very, very handy. So we're going to do that now. We're going to create a click track by going up to the track menu and simply create click track. There we go. We have our click track created. And what we're going to do is we're going to mute our music and just hit playback. So either the 0 on the number keypad or the space bar. We're going to take a listen. We can hear our lovely little click track. And let's flip over to our mix window. And we can see the click track has its very own track. And we can pan it as any other type of track. And using Alt and clicking on the pan pot, it will center. And I'm going to hit space button, the space bar, to stop playback. So that's very, very handy. Let's flip back to the edit window using Control and equals. And we're going to take a listen, the click track and the track of music playing back at the same time to see if we're in time. All right, let's do a playback. Now, if you got really great ears, you'll be able to hear the click track playing in time with the music. But the music is quite loud, and so it may be nice to bring down the level of that track. So we can do that in a number of different ways. Let's flip back to our mix window. And if we start playback, we can simply bring down our fader to a point where it's reasonable. Let's check that out. So we can clearly hear the music is in time now, very solidly. And as I referred to in a previous lesson, if we set these pan pots to the center position, again using Alt and left clicking, we now have a mono sound file. Just in case at some point along the lines you find that you may need a mono sound file, you can simply do that. There will be some phase cancellation going on there, so you may not want to do it directly to 0. You may want to just collapse the stereo image a little bit, something like that, depending on your needs, what you might be trying to accomplish. We noticed the little red overlights there on the master channel fader, and that's because the summing of the track of music that was playing back and the click track was causing us a little peak there. So let's set that back to 0 and back to 0, and if we wanted to avoid that, we'd simply bring down the master fader by a little bit. Let's give that a try. Cool. Things are going good. So we can see now that our click track is past our master track. Personally, I like to see the master track last. It gives me a nice visual reference and a good place to get to quickly when I need to. We can rearrange the order of our tracks by the track menu over here. So if we grab our master track and simply drag it down, we'll see that the master track rearranges itself to the last in order. And if we flip back to our edit window, we'll see that indeed it reordered itself here as well. Very, very handy. All right, so let's see here. Excellent. What we're going to do now is going to create one more type of track. Up to the track menu as usual, and we're going to go New. And we're going to create a stereo aux input and hit create. Excellent. This is looking very good. Again, I'm going to swing the master track to the last position and save it up with a Control and S. And we're going to pick it up next time in lesson 6. All right. Thanks a lot.